The story of Hagar and Ishmael, Genesis 16 and 21. Long ago, there lived a man named Abraham and his wife Sarah. God had promised Abraham that he would become the father of many nations. However, many years passed and Sarah still had no child, which made her very sad. Hagar becomes Abraham's wife. Sarah had an Egyptian servant named Hagar. Because Sarah was old and believed she could not have children, she suggested that Abraham have a child through Hagar, according to customs of that time. Hagar became pregnant and gave birth to a son named Ishmael. But after Hagar became pregnant, tension grew between her and Sarah. Sarah felt hurt and jealous, and Hagar felt mistreated. Eventually, Hagar ran away into the desert. God sees Hagar. While alone and afraid in the wilderness, an angel of God appeared to Hagar. The angel comforted her and told her to return, promising that her son Ishmael would grow into a great nation. Hagar realized that God had seen her suffering, and she called God El Roi, meaning the God who sees me. She returned home and later gave birth to Ishmael. Isaac is born. Years later, God fulfilled his promise to Sarah, and she miraculously gave birth to a son named Isaac. As Isaac grew, conflict arose again between Sarah and Hagar. Sarah asked Abraham to send Hagar and Ishmael away. This was painful for Abraham, but God reassured him that he would also care for Ishmael. Hagar and Ishmael in the desert. Hagar and young Ishmael wandered in the wilderness and soon ran out of water. Afraid her son would die, Hagar wept nearby. God heard Ishmael crying and showed Hagar a well of water. Their lives were saved. God protected Ishmael, and he grew up strong in the desert and became the father of a great people. Lessons learned from the story. 1. God sees everyone. Even the forgotten Hagar was a servant and felt alone, yet God saw her pain. Lesson: no one is invisible to God even when others overlook them. 2. Waiting on God is important. Sarah tried to solve God's promise in her own way, which caused conflict. Lesson: rushing ahead of God's timing can create unnecessary problems. 3. God cares for children and families. Even though Ishmael was sent away, God still protected and blessed him. Lesson: God's care extends to all people, not only those at the center of the story. 4. God provides in difficult times. When Hagar thought all hope was lost, God provided water in the desert. Lesson: help can appear when situations seem impossible. 5. God keeps his promises. God fulfilled his promises both to Isaac and to Ishmael. Lesson: God's plans are bigger than human mistakes. 6. Kindness matters in relationships. Jealousy and hurt feelings cause suffering between Sarah and Hagar. Lesson: treating others with compassion prevents conflict and pain.